Hi guys, it's Nat here. So I'm on for a scrap busting video because I haven't done one for probably over a week. Bit slack of me. I do have these bits and pieces that I cut out. I think it was for when I did a challenge to make 100 embellishments out of scrap stuff or embellishment bases. So I just cut out a whole lot of most of them were Belvita boxes. To make tags, and journaling cards and that sort of thing. So I've got a whole lot of different sized ones here. So I've got those, and I was cleaning up the other day and I had an empty storage container, so all the papers and scraps that I had been using for the projects in the last week, I just dumped in here. Now usually I sort through them and put them into separate bags depending on what they are and the colour and that. But I thought rather than just doing that straight away, why not try and use some of it and make some things that I might use in some of my journals. So I thought I'll grab these out because they've been sitting around for a while and just do some boring scrappy collages on them so that they're ready as bases for a focal point and that. So I thought maybe you'd like to craft with me and we'll get some collaging done. So that's the plan. So let's do that. So I've got some of this stuff from the coloured book pages, which will add a bit of interest to the otherwise boring bits. I've got some blank pieces here that might end up going on the backs for writing spots. I do have some bigger pieces of pages that I found lying around the place that I just threw in here. That one will do for backing things. That was one that I was spraying other stuff on. It turned out quite nice, that. Got bits of doily. Just trying to get the bigger pieces out so I can scour through for the littler pieces. I've even got some wallpaper, but I'm not sure if I'll use that today. So yeah, as you can see, there's a whole lot of little mixed bits and pieces in here. So let's see what we can do with some of that. Nice and relaxing, bit of fun, and it's so cold here tonight that I thought I'd just do something quick and easy. I've got my dressing gown on over the top of my clothes to keep me warm. Now, I can't find my little pot. I'm gonna have to go get my little pot oh no, I don't need it. Getting confused. Usually I tip my PVA into a little pot to use, but I'm gonna use my matte Deco glue and see how I go with that today. So we might start on this big one. As you can see, I've just put greaseproof paper on this so the lid doesn't stick. Now, just roll my sleeves up of my dressing gown, or else they're going to get glued. Let's see what bits and pieces we've got. Quite like that one. And just start putting it down. I think I've got 2 pages there. So I hope you are all doing well. We here in South Australia are doing pretty good at the moment, virus-wise. I don't think we've had any cases today. We're trying to contain a cluster. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, no, it's pretty rough in Victoria at the moment, and a bit of a worry in New South Wales, but I'm hoping we can get back on track with it for a while. This piece too. Put this one down first. I've lost my brush. I'm going to see how this brush goes. I just got a pack of cheapy brushes from the Cheapest Chips or something the other day, so I will see. It's not too bad. Usually I use my Hellmann's glue for this, but it's a pain to squeeze it out all the time, and I thought it's about time I tried doing it like this. Smooth this up. Oops, that's not the way I want it. Oh, excuse me. I must be allergic to the glue. Blimmin' hay fever. I don't like it because you go into the shops, you get a bit of hay fever and everyone thinks you're crook. Now, usually I always make sure the font's up the same way because I'm anal like that, but I will try to freeform it a bit today. Put this piece on. This deco glue is working good so far. I'm interested to see if the cards curl up at all with it, because when I use my PVA it usually curls up a fair bit. Although I suppose it depends on what sort of card you're using and the thickness of it and that. This one's going to be a bit lumpy, which might be a bit of an issue. See if I can move it over that way. Oh no, it's stuck on there good already. It ripped it. Doesn't matter, I'm putting something down there. Let me cut this bit off that's sticking out. Try and get some of those bubbles out. Don't mind creases, I just don't want big bubbles because they rip a bit easier. This is a little stamped bit. Now there's going to be a gap there, isn't there? I wonder if this will fit. How much of a gap have we got? Let's just whack that there. And put this down. Like that. So we'll be letting this dry and then cutting it around the edges to make it nice and neat. So that'll be the first one. Now, I don't know if I want colour. Maybe I should put some colour on there. Now I've got a project I'm doing that I want some greens and that in. Bubbles down a bit again. Whack that on there, I reckon. Alrighty, so I put that one to the side to dry. There, get another one ready to do. This one looks good. Now, I might find a coloured piece that I'd like to use first for this one. It's a nice big brown bit there. I've got some stamped paper here, which I quite like. Good to use up these scrappy bits. So I'm not sure what I've stamped them with, so hopefully it's archival or something, or else it might smudge a bit, but that doesn't matter too much. Just doing scrappy collaging anyway. floor. That's quite what I want. Oh, this looks good. Yes, it's about 9:30 Friday night. Got the TV on and the heater cranked. Not much on though, so lately I've been watching Hannibal. I know, it's horrible, isn't it? There's a series of Hannibal that I watched a bit of when the kids were younger and that, but I didn't catch it all, so I'd run out of all the other things I like to watch on Netflix. So I thought, look, I'll start it again and see what I think and catch ones I didn't watch. So I've been quite enjoying that. So I think I'll get to that after. And then we've got our brown bit, which will go there somewhere. So my son's in on his VR again tonight, hopefully having some fun. Now, how much of this do we want? I'll just break that little bit off. It's very sticky, this glue, which is good, but my finger sticks to it and lifts everything. So it looks like it will run a bit. So we'll just go easy over the stamped area. It's not too bad though, so I've got that. Now I want to see if I want this somewhere. Be better if maybe that way so we don't see the whites. If anywhere, it looks best down here, I think. Now that goes. I think these will be nice bases. Bit of interest on them. Just thinking when I ever get organised, which will happen never, so in my dreams I like to say, the plan would be when I do a project to grab the scraps afterwards and make something with them rather than putting them all away. That would be good. It'll never happen though, but yeah. That up to dry. Do another one. Now it should be dry enough over here to stick it. Now I'll probably whack backs onto these, but you don't need to watch me do that. I showed you that I've got some scrappy bits that I can use to back them with. This is really crooked. Actually, what I should use, got to get used to using this. I bought this new tonic thing. I don't think I've even used it. I think I've used it once maybe. I see everyone else with these things. Oh, isn't that brilliant? Where have I been all my life? Yeah, that's much better. So get a little one that's easy to lift up and put over here and use, because I see everyone else with them and they're so much easier than using the other things. Right, now I've even got some labels. Might have a look at them after. Digging around. We've got some die cut bits that might look interesting. Small page. hear everyone say that they hate using their paintbrushes for doing glue because they ruin them, so that's why I thought I'd buy some cheap and nasty ones. I do always try and wash them out, but they do still go stiff, don't they, and not always recover very well. Easier to do it this way. Knocked up that corner a bit. That's a bit better. Now, just rip around one of these and see what I reckon. Oops, just rip it all, why not? So it looks like we're in for a bit of a wet and cold weekend, which is a good excuse to craft. Actually, what we should do is put some colour underneath it. Probably should use green, shouldn't we? That would be appropriate. Now, that side's not, so rip this like this. So that'll look quite nice, just stand alone as it is as a tag like that. Think about that one. Let's get this down. Do a bit of a light coat over the whole lot to seal it. Don't know if I'm anywhere near the middle because I've got so much overhang, but it doesn't matter, does it? Trying to relax, not stress about it. Let's put this down. I've got a box full of my die cut scraps like this. Should drag them out one day and do a whole lot of this sort of thing because it's quite effective. Try and get the bigger lumps out. Oops, break your die cut now. There. That doesn't look too bad. If I wanted to, I could have put it up higher and then put one of these down there, but I can always stamp one on afterwards anyway. So I'm just going to leave that like that. I might do some stamping on it or something, or stenciling once it's dry, or add some other bits and pieces. So I might just keep motoring through with what we've got here. Think of how to use it every time, though, that's the only problem. Okay. Beautiful. Do one with this black piece. Crook it over the side. I can just cut that, I think. Don't care if they're not perfect, but don't want them way out. All right, so might as well do one similar like that last one. I quite like the way that turned out. Just might use this piece. Oops, just threw that one. some more of this, I think. Buckley's are not ripping the one next to it the way I'm going, but that's all right. Sure, I've got 1,000 more stashed away somewhere. I'll put it on that side so we can see the ink that I used. I used this as a die cut and used the die cut piece, and then I stenciled with this. So that's that one. Of course, I will show them to you when they're dry, and I've cut them out so you can see what they finish up like. Let me think. What have I got? Could use some of this strip of wallpaper. That's quite nice, isn't it? I think that's the one I bought a roll or two recently at the second-hand shop of. It's a nice colour for the vintage style. Don't know if I want any of my coloured stuff with it though. I do have some brown, so I might just get this down and then we'll worry about that. Yeah. So in my scrap busting series, it's probably not something that I'm going to do, you know, 10 of and then it's done. It might just be something that I just do all the time when I've got scraps and I'm getting rid of them. Which I'm always usually using something scrappy, but yeah. If I'm using my smaller scrap bits and that, then I'll probably call it a scrap busting video. And the reason why I do that is then I can put it in a playlist under that name so that you guys and I myself can find them when I want to look back and see what I've done and make some more and get ideas. See what the stamp would look like. These are just bits that as I'm stamping in my project, I always do a test stamp to make sure the stamp's inked up well and that before I use it. So, and I don't like throwing these bits out. I do like that. It's just where I would put it, I'm not sure. Oh, we're living in a crazy world at the moment. Just hunting through and seeing if I've got anything else in here that I want to add to this one. Bit of shorthand. And then I did add those labels. Could try one of those. I keep hearing weird noises coming from my son. I think he said he was going to VR chat, so they walk around in the room with other people who are on their VRs and pat each other on the head and high-five each other and do weird stuff like that. So, yeah, that would be quite strange. Funny thing is, he'd never do that stuff in real life. So antisocial. But he'll, yeah, go and do it in virtual reality. I suppose most teens are like that these days. Now this one I'll probably end up with, they'll find a nice picture or something to put in the middle. I'm not 100% happy with it, but I can always build on it and add some stuff. Just see what I think if I could do with a bit more brown on it over the top of, not that small though. I could go over this side up there. Straighter would be good. I tell you what, this glue sticks things down all right pretty quick. Yeah, it does. It does well. I think I can get it off. Try again. It's a bit better. Yeah, I like that better. Put that one aside. And what else do we have here? Got this bit. Oh yeah, thought we're getting near the end of the pile, but we've still got a few. I might do 2 more or something and then wait for these ones to dry and come back and show you. Claptrap. Pretentious language, cheap, sensational artifice. Sounds like a good word to put on here. Especially, I shouldn't say what I'm going to say, but I struggle to control myself. Just reading that claptrap, pretentious language, blah, 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 blah. And I've just finished watching with my son the interview that Australian reporter did with Trump. So claptrap is very, very poignant and pertinent. I won't say from which side I reckon the claptrap come, but anyone that knows me will know which side I'm talking about. Anyway, there, I couldn't help myself. I struggle like that. I think of something I say, it's like, no, don't say it. It's like, I just have to. So I am today, because I'm allowed to. Yeah. Now I'll behave myself and shut up. Not meant to bring politics and religion into my crafty life. Don't worry, there's often times I say something that I probably shouldn't and then I edit it out afterwards. I think that helps me get it out of my system. All right, that'll do for that one. So I'll do one more. Don't want to bore you too much. Put you to sleep. I actually just woke up. I had like a 3-hour nana nap on the couch. I must have been tired. I think been getting up early the last 3 days in a row, but when I've gone to bed to give myself like 7 hours sleep, and then I've tossed and turned. So I think it sort of caught up to me and I needed a whole heap of sleep, so that was good. I might just use this again. I'm loving this. The colour on this is beautiful as a tag background. Haven't really got through many of my scraps, but oh well, I try. That's all I'm going to do for the moment, so I'm going to go and let these dry a bit now. Just getting the wrinkle bits out a little bit. And then once they're dry, I will come back and cut them down and show you what they look like. I have finished letting my cards all dry, and I have trimmed around them. Then I backed them with the offcuts of the paper that I showed at the start. And so this is what I have now. As I said, these are just backgrounds, so I will be adding to them probably. A few of them I quite like as are. So we've got that one. That's my claptrap one. Yeah. And then this is the big one, so that'll be a journaling card probably. So a bit of stamping and a focal point or something will look really nice on that. Looks like the glue's faded some of the stamping down here, but it doesn't look bad. So now we've got that one, which has a bit more stamping on it, which has faded and like run just a tiny little bit, but it's not bad at all. It actually looks quite nice. It's a great way of using the little bits of these coloured book pages as well. Now I really love how these ones are turning out. That one, so it's a great way to use those parts. That one I could have straightened up, but it doesn't matter. Is that one? So yeah, I think these are my favourite, these two. So as I said, I can still add labels or words or stamp or whatever I like to make them look a bit better, but otherwise I'm really, really happy with how they've turned out. Good way to use up some scrappy bits. So I hope you have a great weekend. Stay safe, and I shall be on again soon. Bye.